What if I told you that you're just 6 steps away from transforming your life? That the success, the freedom, the purpose you've been chasing, it's not luck. It's not some secret formula only a few people know. It's a process, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to take control of your time and create the life you deserve. The problem? Most people live on autopilot. They wake up, follow the same routine, work jobs they don't love, and settle for less than they're capable of. And then years later, they wonder, where did my life go? Why didn't I go after my dreams? But you're here because you know there's more. You're ready to step up, and if you follow these 6 steps, you won't just dream about success, you'll live it. 1. The power of decision. Personal story or real-life example. Success starts with a single decision. Share a powerful story of someone who changed their life by making a committed choice. There's a moment in every person's life when they have to decide, truly decide, who they're going to become. Not just wish for a better future, not just hope that things will improve, but make a real, unshakable commitment to change. Because everything begins with a decision. Think about it. Every great success story starts with someone making a choice. A moment when they say enough. No more. I will not live like this any longer. Maybe it's the person who was drowning in debt and finally decided to take control of their finances. Maybe it's the athlete who was told they'd never make it and chose to prove everyone wrong. Maybe it's the entrepreneur who walked away from a soul-crushing job to build something on their own terms. It's not circumstances that create success. It's not luck. It's the decision to act no matter what. Because the truth is, most people never actually decide. They wish for things. They hope things will change, but they leave an open door for failure. They say, I'll try. And trying is the language of uncertainty. Trying means there's still a way out. But when you truly decide, you shut the door. You don't leave room for doubt. You commit fully. And when obstacles come up, and they will come up, you don't see them as excuses to quit. You see them as challenges to overcome. Real decision-making means burning the boats. It means eliminating the option of retreat. Think about a time in your life when you were absolutely certain about something. Maybe it was a relationship, maybe it was a career move, maybe it was a personal goal. When you knew deep in your gut that this was happening no matter what, didn't you find a way? Didn't you make it work? That's the power of decision. When your mind is made up at a deep level, your actions follow automatically. And this isn't just some abstract idea. It's backed by science. Neuroscience shows that when we make firm decisions, our brains shift. Our focus sharpens. We start filtering out distractions and locking in on the opportunities that align with our goal. Suddenly, the resources, the people, the strategies we need seem to appear. But they were always there. We just weren't looking for them before. The moment you decide, your brain starts working for you instead of against you. But most people never get to that level of commitment. They hesitate. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. And guess what? That perfect moment never comes. So they stay stuck, watching other people move forward while they remain trapped by indecision. Indecision is the enemy of success. It keeps people frozen, running the same loops, living the same problems year after year. If you want to change your life, you must decide now. Not next week, not next year, not when it's convenient, because life will never hand you the perfect moment. The moment you choose is the moment your life begins to shift. And that's the difference between those who win and those who wish. 2, mastering your mindset. Mindset shift and key lesson. The way you think determines your results. Break free from limiting beliefs and install empowering ones. Your mind is the command center of your life. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, every perspective you adopt is shaping your future at this very moment. The problem is, most people never take control of their mindset. They go through life reacting, absorbing the fears, doubts, and limitations of the world around them, never realizing that their biggest obstacle isn't the economy, their upbringing, or their circumstances. It's their own mind. Think about this. 2 people can go through the exact same experience. One uses it as fuel to grow. The other uses it as an excuse to shrink. The difference? Mindset. One person faces failure and says, this is proof I'm not good enough. The other faces failure and says, this is feedback. What can I learn? How can I use this to get better? The situation is the same, but the outcome is drastically different because of the way they think about it. Your beliefs create your reality. If deep down you believe you're not smart enough, not talented enough, not lucky enough, then that belief will manifest itself in your actions. You'll hesitate, you'll self-sabotage, you'll avoid opportunities because a voice in your head whispers, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? And that fear becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But here's the truth. Every belief you have was programmed into you at some point. You weren't born with limiting beliefs. They were taught to you by society, by family, by past experiences. And just like they were installed, they can be rewritten. Think about a thermostat. If you set a room to 72 degrees, the moment it drops below that, the heater kicks in to bring it back up. If it gets too hot, the air conditioning cools it down. Your mindset works the same way. If deep down you believe you're only meant to make a certain amount of money, have a certain level of success, or experience a certain amount of happiness, then anytime you start to rise above that internal setting, you'll unconsciously pull yourself back. You'll procrastinate, you'll make excuses, you'll find a way to return to the familiar. The only way to break free is to raise your internal thermostat, to condition your mind for a new level of success. So how do you do that? First, you must become aware of the thoughts running through your mind on a daily basis. Most people never stop to question their own thinking. They assume that just because a thought appears in their mind, it must be true. But that's not reality. Thoughts are just patterns, neural circuits firing in response to past programming. If you keep telling yourself, I'm not good enough, it's not because it's a fact. It's because your brain has been wired to think that way. And the moment you question that thought, the moment you ask, is this really true? Or is this just a story I've been telling myself? That's when you start taking control. The second step is conditioning. You don't just flip a switch and change your mindset overnight. Just like going to the gym, you have to train your mind daily. Feed it with empowering beliefs. Surround yourself with people who think at a higher level. Expose yourself to ideas that challenge your old way of thinking. And most importantly, take action. Nothing rewires your mindset faster than proving to yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you can achieve more than you ever thought possible. Because at the end of the day, your mindset is either working for you or against you. It's either pushing you forward or pulling you back. The good news? You get to choose. 3, the science of massive action. Actionable steps and practical advice. The key to success isn't just knowing it's doing. Teach a proven framework to take bold, consistent action. Most people spend their lives waiting. They wait for the right time, the right opportunity, the right motivation. They sit on ideas. They dream about success. They think about what they could do, but they never take the massive action necessary to make it happen. And that's the difference between those who create extraordinary results and those who stay stuck. The people who achieve the most in life aren't always the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are the ones who take action, and they do it fast. Think about it. How many times have you had a great idea but hesitated? How many times have you wanted to start something, whether it was a business, a fitness goal, a personal project, but you got caught up in overthinking? The mind loves to analyze, to plan, to strategize, but here's the truth. Motion does not equal progress. You can spend months or years thinking about something, but until you do something, nothing changes. The real power is in taking immediate, massive, and consistent action. There's a psychological reason for this. The moment you hesitate, the moment you delay, you give your mind the opportunity to create doubt. Your brain starts coming up with reasons why you shouldn't do it. What if I fail? What if it's not the right time? What if I'm not ready? And before you know it, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and the opportunity passes you by. But when you take action immediately, when you don't give yourself time to overthink, you override that fear. You build momentum before doubt can creep in. Science backs this up. There's something called the Zeigarnik effect, which shows that the brain hates unfinished tasks. Once you start something, your mind wants to complete it. This is why the hardest part of going to the gym is putting on your shoes and walking out the door. But once you start, you don't want to stop. Taking that first step forces your brain to keep moving forward. That's why people who take massive action seem unstoppable. It's not because they're fearless. It's because they don't give their fear time to stop them. And action creates clarity. So many people wait until they have a perfect plan before they start. But the truth is, you don't have all the answers in the beginning. You have to move forward before you feel ready. You have to be willing to step into uncertainty, to take action even when you don't have everything figured out. Because the path only becomes clear when you start walking it. You learn by doing. Massive action isn't about doing one big thing. It's about relentless execution. It's about going all in, testing, adjusting, failing, learning, and adapting over and over again. It's about refusing to stop when things get tough. When you take massive action, obstacles don't stop you. They become stepping stones. Setbacks don't discourage you. They fuel you. You develop an unstoppable drive because you're no longer thinking about what could go wrong. You're too busy making things happen. The truth is, most people severely underestimate what they're capable of because they never push themselves beyond their comfort zone. They move at a reasonable pace. They take calculated steps. But the people who create massive success don't play small. They don't take tiny steps. They take bold, decisive, overwhelming action. And when they do, the world moves for them. Opportunities open up, doors that seemed locked before suddenly swing wide open, and things start falling into place, not because of luck, but because action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Your entire life can change with one decision followed by massive immediate action. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. 4, leveraging the power of people. Emotional connection and encouragement. Success isn't a solo game. Surround yourself with people who elevate you and remove toxic influences. Success is never a solo journey. No matter how talented, driven, or disciplined you are, there's a limit to what you can achieve alone. Every major breakthrough, every incredible achievement, every unstoppable movement in history has been built on the power of people. The right people can elevate you, push you beyond your limits, and open doors you never even knew existed. But the wrong people, they can drain your energy, fill your mind with doubt, and keep you stuck in the same patterns that have been holding you back for years. The reality is you become who you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by people who make excuses, who settle for mediocrity, who talk about their dreams but never take action, you will unconsciously adopt those same habits. Not because you want to, but because it's human nature. We are wired to adapt to our environment. But when you surround yourself with people who are constantly pushing their limits, who refuse to accept average, who think bigger and act bolder, something inside you shifts. You start seeing new possibilities. You start expecting more from yourself. You start playing at a higher level because that's the standard that's been set. There's a reason why top athletes train together, why billionaires have masterminds, why the most successful people in the world make it a priority to build strong networks. It's not just about connections. It's about proximity to excellence. When you're in the presence of people who are achieving at a high level, you absorb their mindset, their strategies, their energy. You start to think like them, act like them, and before you know it, their success rubs off on you. But it's not just about finding successful people, it's about finding the right people, the ones who genuinely want to see you win, the ones who challenge you, hold you accountable, and push you beyond your limits, the ones who will tell you the truth even when it's uncomfortable, because they care more about your growth than your feelings. Too many people surround themselves with those who make them feel comfortable instead of those who make them better. Comfort is the enemy of growth. You need people in your life who inspire you, who challenge you, who force you to level up. At the same time, you also need to remove the wrong influences. The people who drain your energy, who always have a problem but never a solution, who criticize every move you make without ever taking risks themselves. These people are anchors. They may not even be doing it intentionally, but their energy, their negativity, their doubts will weigh you down. If you don't actively cut those influences out, they will hold you back from reaching your full potential. And here's the key. It's not just about what you can get from others. It's also about what you can give. The most successful people aren't just great at networking. They bring massive value to the table. They lift others up. They contribute. They help people grow. Because when you create value for others, the universe finds a way to return that value to you. The more you invest in helping others, the stronger your network becomes, and the more opportunities flow into your life. Think about it. Every major opportunity you've ever had probably came through a person. A recommendation, an introduction, a partnership, a piece of advice at the right time. The people you surround yourself with will either accelerate your growth or slow you down. Choose wisely. 5, creating unstoppable momentum. Powerful closing message. The difference between winners and those who quit is the ability to keep moving no matter what. Show how to build habits that guarantee progress. Momentum is the invisible force that separates those who achieve massive success from those who struggle to get started. It's what allows some people to accomplish in months what others can't achieve in years. And the secret to momentum, it's not talent, it's not luck, it's not intelligence. It's consistency, action, and the ability to keep moving forward no matter what. Most people never experience real momentum because they never push past the initial resistance. They start something, but as soon as they hit a challenge, they slow down, they question themselves. They hesitate. And in that hesitation, they lose the very thing that would have propelled them forward, movement. Because here's the truth, momentum doesn't come from thinking about success, planning for success, or waiting for motivation. Momentum comes from doing. Think about riding a bicycle. The hardest part is getting started, pushing those pedals from a complete stop. But once you build up speed, once you're moving, it takes far less effort to keep going. That's momentum. The problem is most people stop pedaling too soon. They start and stop, never building enough speed to make real progress. And every time they stop, they have to work twice as hard to start again. That's why momentum is so powerful. When you keep going, things start working in your favor. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting until they feel ready. They think they need more confidence, more knowledge, more preparation before they take action. But confidence doesn't come before action, it comes from action. The more you do something, the better you get, and the better you get, the more confident you become. It's a cycle. And once that cycle starts spinning, you become unstoppable. But momentum doesn't just happen, you have to create it. And the first step is to break the pattern of hesitation. Anytime you feel yourself pausing, overthinking, or doubting, move, take action. Make a call, send an email, write the first sentence, do something. Because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. The moment you break that hesitation with action, you regain control. Another key to momentum is stacking small wins. People think momentum comes from big, dramatic breakthroughs, but it actually comes from consistent progress. Every small win builds confidence. Every step forward makes the next step easier, and before you know it, you're moving at a speed that's impossible to stop. The problem is most people dismiss small progress. They think, what's the point? It's not enough, but what they don't realize is that small wins compound. A little progress every day turns into massive progress over time. And the final piece, never lose sight of why you started, because there will be moments when you feel like slowing down, when obstacles show up, when things get hard. That's when most people quit. But the ones who keep going, they don't rely on willpower alone. They stay connected to their purpose. They remind themselves why they're doing this, who they're doing it for, and what's at stake if they stop. Because when you commit to building momentum, nothing can stop you, not doubt, not fear, not setbacks. You don't need to be the smartest, the most talented, or the most experienced. You just need to keep moving. Because in the game of success, the ones who keep going are the ones who win. 6, living with purpose and passion. Call to action. Success without fulfillment is failure. Align your goals with a deeper purpose and make an impact beyond yourself. Most people go through life in a state of autopilot. They wake up, go to work, go through the motions, and repeat the cycle day after day. They do what they're supposed to do, what society, family, or circumstances have dictated for them. But deep down, they feel like something is missing. They lack energy, motivation, and that fire inside because they're not truly living, they're simply existing. And the difference between the two? Purpose and passion. When you live with purpose, every day has meaning. You wake up excited, driven, and ready to take on whatever comes your way because you know that what you're doing matters. It's not just about making money, getting by, or following a routine. It's about contributing, growing, and making an impact. And when you combine purpose with passion, life becomes an adventure instead of a chore. But here's the problem. Most people never take the time to figure out what truly drives them. They chase what's practical, what's safe, what society has told them is the right path. They measure success by external standards, how much money they make, what kind of job they have, what others think of them. And they wonder why they feel empty, uninspired, or stuck. The truth is, your passion isn't something you find, it's something you unleash. It's already inside you, but most people bury it under layers of fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. Maybe you were told as a kid that your dreams weren't realistic. Maybe you failed at something once and decided you weren't good enough. Maybe you're afraid that if you truly go after what you want, you'll fail. And that failure will hurt more than never trying at all. So you settle, you convince yourself that this is just how life is. But deep down, you know that's a lie, because when you were a kid, you had dreams, you had things that excited you, that made you come alive. And that part of you, it's still there. It's just waiting for you to wake up. Living with purpose and passion doesn't mean everything will be easy. It doesn't mean you won't face challenges or struggle. But the difference is when you have a strong purpose, challenges don't stop you, they fuel you. Because when you're doing something you truly love, something that matters to you on a deep level, you don't quit when it gets hard. You find a way, you push through, because it's not just about what you're doing, it's about why you're doing it. And purpose doesn't have to mean some grand world-changing mission. It can be as simple as being the best parent you can be, inspiring others through your work, creating something meaningful, helping people, growing into the person you were meant to be. It's about knowing that what you do matters and that you're not just going through life, you're leading it. But passion alone isn't enough. Passion without action is just a dream. If you want to truly live with purpose, you have to commit. You have to stop waiting for permission, stop overthinking, and start taking steps toward the things that excite you, even if you're not sure where they'll lead. Because clarity doesn't come from sitting still, it comes from movement. And when you align your life with your purpose, when you commit to living with passion, everything changes. Your energy shifts, your mindset shifts. You start attracting the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences, not because of luck, but because you're finally living in alignment with who you were meant to be. At the end of the day, the life you create is a direct reflection of the choices you make, the mindset you cultivate, and the actions you take. Success isn't reserved for the lucky, the talented, or the privileged. It's built by those who decide to take control of their destiny. It's built by those who refuse to settle, who push past fear, and who commit to massive, unstoppable. Your mindset is your foundation. If you don't believe in yourself, if you allow doubt and hesitation to control you, you'll never take the necessary steps to achieve greatness. But when you master your mind, when you shift your perspective from limitation to possibility, everything changes. You start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. You start making decisions from a place of confidence instead of fear. And once you harness that power, nothing can hold you back. Your environment shapes you. The people you surround yourself with will either fuel your fire or extinguish it. You have to be intentional about who you allow in your life. Seek out those who challenge you, who inspire you, who push you beyond your limits. Cut out the negativity, the doubters, and the energy drainers, because their influence will determine the path you take. Momentum is your greatest asset. Most people wait for motivation before they take action, but that's not how success works. Action creates motivation. The hardest part is getting started, but once you build momentum, you become unstoppable. Keep stacking small wins, keep moving forward, and watch how quickly your life transforms. And through it all, live with purpose and passion. Don't waste your life chasing things that don't fulfill you. Don't get trapped in a cycle of working for a life you don't even enjoy. Find what drives you, what excites you, what makes you feel alive, and go all in. Because when you live with purpose, when you wake up every day knowing that what you're doing matters, success is no longer just a goal, it becomes inevitable. This is your time, your moment, your opportunity to create the life you were meant to live. No more waiting, no more excuses. Decide, commit, take action, and never look back.